Okay, so now that we've logged on, let's see if we can access one of our class pages. There are two ways of doing that. You can first of all use the collapsible blocks on the right hand side of your screen, or you can use the widgets on the main screen. I'm going to use the widget in this instance and click on Creative Curriculum to take us to the Creative Curriculum page. Okay, we're going to start by looking at the types of information that are displayed on the Moodle class page and how that page is organised. You'll notice that the main content of the course is here in the centre of the page, with movable or collapsible boxes at either side. The header block is the first topic box at the top, and that contains general information about the course. Resources like syllabuses or specifications, a scheme of work or other common resources for the course are also contained here. In this instance you'll see that there's a glossary which correlates with our whole school literacy policy and the curriculum map or scheme of work for the Apps for Good course. As you scroll down you'll find that most courses are arranged so that the content is on a week by week basis or a topic by topic basis. It might well be a unit by unit basis or a coursework section which intersperses one of those designs. The idea, the beauty behind Moodle is that it can be as flexible as an individual member of staff needs it to be, or a department. You don't have to stick to the same arrangement each week, each term or each year. Another important feature to point out is the highlight this topic section, and it's identifiable by a light bulb here in the top right hand corner of each topic box. If you want to stop students having to navigate the whole course to identify exactly where you're up to, you can simply click on the light bulb box and that will highlight this topic as the topic that you are currently studying. That will be displayed to students in a number of different ways, by colour and by stopping them seeing other sections that are displayed later in your course. Here on the right hand side, in the settings column, you'll see that there's a gradebook. By clicking on the gradebook, you'll be transported to a register with all of the activities that you've set for your class. You can mark those activities by clicking on the magnifying glass, and they'll provide you with details of each of those activities as and when they've been completed and submitted. We will look at that later in the course. The address bar at the top will take you back to the Creative Curriculum page or to your home page, depending on which title you click. In this instance, I'm going to go back to our Creative Curriculum page. You can add a variety of different blocks by clicking in the Add drop-down box just below the Add a Block option on the top left-hand corner. In this instance, I'm going to add a statistics bar. Statistics bar can be helpful because they let you know how often quantities of people access your site. This is helpful for you if you want to prioritise your marking or prioritise your populating of the site. For example, I know that the busiest times for me are on Mondays and Thursdays, immediately after I've accessed the delivery of the course, so it's important for me to make sure that my marking is up to date at those times. You can also delete these blocks by clicking on the red cross icon. It'll double check that you want to do that, and then you should see when you go back to the main page that statistics bar will have disappeared. On the right hand side of the screen, as I've referred to, you can maximise and minimise these bars. It's important that you familiarise yourself with the options that each block contains so that you can easily navigate around the screen. By clicking on the arrow in the black header bar at the top of your screen, you'll be presented with a series of quick access links. These can link to your profile, to your calendar, and importantly they highlight deadlines which are individual to you. These deadlines are established in your calendar and in your up and coming homework section every time you set an activity with a date, as I've just said. These are really important for students in terms of organising their work, and also for our parents, engaging them in supporting their children in the preparation for deadline dates and examinations. Finally, by clicking on the Activities drop-down box, you'll see that we have a number of headings. Each of these are added to every time you add an activity of one of these descriptions. We'll talk about that later on, but you'll see that as I add an activity, it will appear in this list. For example, I don't currently have a hot pot added as an activity on my course, but if I did, you'd see hot pot come in the activities here. If you click on an activity, in this instance we're going to click on assignment, you'll see each of the assignments that I've set on my course. You'll see how many submissions there are and the submission date, and by clicking on that assignment you'll be transported to the marking page where I can look at the submissions that need grading. You'll see that 31 have been submitted, I've graded 29, there are 2 left to do. So if I was to click on view or grade submissions, because I have filtered this in terms of the activities that need grading, you'll see that I've got 2 activities that are still required. Okay, thanks very much for watching the video on familiarising yourself with the Moodle interface. If you've got any more questions, please email.